things. Okay, phone's there. People are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hazcast episode 17. It is Tuesday, November the 4th or something like that.
Something like that.
And I'm joined by
Dead.
James Kahusny. How are you, sir?
I'm doing alright.
Awesome. Tyrone Phillips.
Yep.
Nah, come on. Get some amped up in this.
I'm great, man. This is
Yeah!
awesome. So good to be here.
And in our guest spot this week,
Hi.
Leah Lockett. How are you?
I'm good.
Fresh off the plane.
I'm very tired.
Yep. I can see that.
I'm very tired.
It's been a long week.
A lot of travelling.
Yeah.
A lot of travelling. Well, I've done more travelling than you.
Yeah, that's true. So PAX happened. We're back from PAX. We're back from GCAP.
You've got a lot to tell us.
I have so much to tell us, but I think someone else should start because I'm just going to spill words everywhere. So,
Alright, how was the flights?
Well, we
I know
went to Melbourne on
separate
different
one. Yeah,
flights.
so you had a great one on the way in,
Weigh in. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
and I came in on like a freaking roller coaster. Like, freaking Melbourne, the plane's like, oh shit. And he lands, and then he's like, full reverse. He's like, okay, we stopped. And then there's about 10 meters worth of runway left. I was like, well, that was close. So bad landing. But on the way back was better.
So you almost died.
There's nothing after that, Phil. Thank God. You know, like in Adelaide when you land, there's like highway or houses. So,
Yep.
but flights. We did the podcast, took off. It got posted eventually. It was a good job by Tyrone. Thank you very much.
No, it was up that night.
Yeah.
And then I did the video like
Yeah.
3 days later.
Awesome. Thank God. So, thank God that got done.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting a laptop soon to rectify that issue. So don't leave it on your ass.
It was only because I was trying to do all the
Yeah.
game footage, and I was like, awesome, this is great.
You bet my average. It's okay.
The only issue was that the video was 2.5 gig, and I don't have fast enough upload, and it was going to take 8 hours.
Dude, handbrake, man. It's the greatest. I'll teach you.
I've got handbrake.
Yeah.
And it was just, no, it's going to go up to 3.5 gig if you do this. I was like, what the fuck did I do wrong?
You're converting upwards.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing wrong, but it just kept going up, and I was like, no, not doing it.
Why is it larger? I know, I'll put it back in. No, I made it worse.
Yeah.
Your accommodations.
Accommodations. So imagine, you've seen Michelle's room, right? Right?
Yeah.
Imagine, what's that? That's going to be what? Including like the ceiling, 4 square meters, right? It was that plus a bathroom. So,
Nice.
but it's like, you're never there. So it was a king size bed and a shower. It was fine, right?
Yeah.
It was fine.
A king size bed in that small room. That's not even big enough.
Yeah, it's somehow they manage it.
Basically, it fit the bed, maybe a slight small
You could
walkway,
move your
and
feet
then to the
around.
bathroom. That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, that's all you really needed.
But the location was important. So I chose that location because it was around the corner from,
Train station,
yeah, but which one?
Southern Cross.
That's it, Southern Cross, right? So like, walk 50 meters, you're there. So it was this thing of, got off the plane, threw my luggage at the lady, said I'll be back to check in later tonight, ran down to the conference. So,
Yep.
Well done.
So yeah, Melbourne traffic is the greatest, which means it's the fucking worst.
I know.
Adelaide doesn't know what traffic is.
I actually forgot you left your car here. I thought it took it with you. So when I came here
Yeah, on the
the other
plane.
day, I was like, oh, because it's
Still
like,
here.
oh wait, duh, he didn't take his car with him.
Yeah. I carried it on my back. They wanted me to check it in.
Fold
I was
up
like, no.
the paper, put it on your pocket.
Carry on.
Fine.
Jesus. You want me to just keep going?
Yeah.
Are we in this now?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Here we go. Melbourne's. So this week was Melbourne's first International Games Week, officially. It was trending on Twitter, all those wonderful things. What's really important is I rock up at the airport real tired, and I bump into the creator behind Caffeine, and I bump into the creator behind at Crabitron. So on the plane, we're just talking and banging on, and that was great. And then, yeah, finally, so I ran into the Unity conference. And just they did the like musical opening apparently,
Yep.
finished, and I walked in, so I got in like the best time. But that was really cool, especially since I work in Unity, doing all that stuff. And then like, cool, here's this guy, he made Pillars of Eternity, and here's this guy, he made Cuphead with a bunch of his team, and they're explaining
Sweet.
how Cuphead it works in Unity so well, and they're like, I can't believe it works so well. Oh god, it doesn't break somehow magically. So that's a great thing to hear.
Cuphead is the 2D...
It's the cartoon aesthetic 2D hardcore bullet hell boss battle
Yeah.
thing. Amazing graphics. I got to play it at PAX, but we'll get onto that in a bit.
Cool.
And yeah, I just love it. It's like we come on stage, so we put these effects of water in, and they go all the way back, and all these things are happening. And the game engine doesn't break, and we don't know why, but it's good. Unity's great. Buy it, use it. And it's like okay. But I met so many people on the floor, and they were explaining like the future of like they want to move more into 2D as well because 3D's got so much use in there, and a lot of like here's how we do procedural systems, and this is how we do this system, and blah 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 blah. And VR is now, the VR support in Unity is now this. You click a button and you've got it. So that's exciting.
That's what we need.
For pro users. But like, yeah, that's kind of awesome. That's just in there now, you're not bringing in drivers and stuff. So that was exciting. They had some Unity games on the floor, the students. Skedaddle and Defect and Tara. And I could explain all these games and I will later. And then I went drinking that night. And shout out to William and Simon, who one of them. So William's a student in Melbourne at RMIT in Geelong. I hope I got that right. I was all get screwed. And Simon used to be a student. He's now got his own studio making a thing. And basically, I've become great friends with him over the week through drinking. So that was Monday night, a lot of drinking. Tuesday was GCAP. And they did a keynote. They had Bree Code, who's also a programmer, so very good to have that name. So she was talking about, she gave a motivating speech, and I won't go into detail because I can't remember half of it, but I've got notes. And then just the developer conference stuff is like, okay, we've got sex, we've got art, we've got programming, we've got design, we've got business. We've got these talks over here with just two business veterans. They're just going to go at it and everyone can listen and ask questions. And then Google is running a separate section upstairs for their own stuff. They're trying to get people on Google Play.
Google was there.
Google's there.
That's important.
That is important. I've got a book for you, which you'll laugh at later. I've got two of them, actually. So they love handing them out, which is good. But it's just a lot of like, I want to go to this design thing, so this one will be like having constraints, right? And that's why it's a good thing, why you have constraints, because it makes you think more, make something better out of it. And then, so you guys see that was awesome, and I wrote a bunch of notes, and there's like, cool, there's a 15-minute gap between this one, this talk and the next talk. And on the way, you bump into 3 or 4 people. And so you're just like, oh, we're going to catch up, blah, 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 and here's my business card, thank you for talking, blah, blah, blah. Next. Yeah. Like, and then again, and again, and again, and then you get distracted, like, oh, you're that guy, I saw you, I've met you before, yeah, awesome, okay, we'll catch up. And everyone's doing it. So, and then they start, so they do lunch, which was paid for through the ticket. And it's a lot of people going like just talking through their food because they're just trying to get their words out.
Yeah.
Man, it's a weird and awesome experience, but it's like, so I don't know anyone there most of the time, but it's a lot of like, okay, I'm standing around looking at people like a weirdo, right? And everyone else is in groups talking. I know I'll look for other people doing the same, and that's how I've met so many people doing that way. I met this guy, his name's Byron, he just flew from Britain, wow. And he's living up in Melbourne now with his partner, and like, or was that Canberra, I think. There's so many people, but he's just like, come out, so here's someone from a different country coming to the local one to meet people, and he's like, oh, you're a student, and blah, 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 and all these wonderful things. Just all these people. And then drinking with both those nights is just like, you don't need to talk at some point. It's like his like industry veterans, right? You know, his Morgan Morpher and his Tony and his like, all these people. And you just sit there and listen, and then he explains like, listen, this is the reason why Crossy Road did so well, because everything that touches gold, because they learnt the lessons, they defied expectations, and they like, and then you bump into another conversation. It's like, well, look, we're talking about coming out this year, but we're going to band together, and like you see here, this awesome thing. So
you should have seen how excited he was to come home with a freaking chicken from Crossy Road.
Yeah, there it is. I go, the guy from Yoda 1 is like, we're trading him for business cards. Like, I would have given you 5 for free. Take them. Up over there.
Oh.
Little Crossy Road
Awesome.
chick.
Well done.
Name is Crossy.
With my help, thank you.
You're welcome. I got out of the suitcase and I went into the lounge room, and Michelle's the only one who's in the house who's playing Crossy Road. Yeah. It's like, I got a new pet. And she's like, is it a hedgehog? I'm like, no, it's not a hedgehog. And I pull it out. And she's like, ah! It's so cute and fluffy.
Oh,
Wait.
wait, that's what I said.
But also I got
Is
to
that,
meet
a,
the.
wait, is that a plush toy?
Yeah, it's a plush toy. But I also got to meet the guy from Yoda 1, right? Like, it was all, like, just, like, that kept happening again and again. So, Andrew Cactus, you might have heard of it on this podcast.
Once or twice.
Maybe.
I'm so much in a rush, I'm like, I'm probably going to go to the next design talk, walk in there, who's doing the talk? Tim Dawson. And I'm like, awesome, Tim's here, and he's doing, I thought it was a post-mortem, he's like, no, we're going to go into the, like, detailed design aspects of how we made this game and how it started and how we got to this point. And he was talking about design in detail across the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it was this great thing of like not only like learn something, but kind of seeing like here's these fun aspects that I didn't know about Andrew Cactus, right? And that was just awesome. And I got to catch up with Tim later on the Wednesday night and congratulate him again. And actually, you saw the other all three members of Andrew Cactus we talked to over the weekend. I'll get to that in a second. Anyway. So, just stuff like that kept happening, and then Wednesday night was the Game Developer Awards, so I go home, get dressed, come back, said goodbye, because I knew I wasn't going to be home early. That was just kind of like, okay, bump into people, bump into Chris Johnson, bump into this person, and the awards go on, and it's a lot of people like, and here are 3 nominees, and here's the winner is this, and then they go up and like, awesome! I totally thought the other guys were going to win. I am so sorry, like... I've been playing their game a lot. I'm addicted to it, actually. Do you want it? Okay, fine. Like everyone's so humble.
Yeah.
And forgiving and friendly.
I would not do that. Be like, suck it.
Nah,
I won.
No, like they're like cheering. Like I can't believe it. We just like we made a mobile game and it's awesome. And I didn't even hear half those games, right? Yeah. And apparently they're great. So that happened, and then they kicked us all out because it was free drinks at one point, and I got 3 sodas, and I'm walking around with them trying to give them someone to start a conversation with me because I had that same moment of like, oh, I'm by myself again, I gotta start a conversation.
That and you hate going back to the bar.
It was like, well, I kind of like, I was in a conversation with 6 people and they all split off, and then I was talking to the mother of the team of Ninja Pizza Girl, and then we kind of separated. So I'm like, okay, I'll grab a bit drinks, and the guy bumps me and spills it all over me. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, I guess now you have to talk to me. He's like, fine, give me one of those.
Awesome.
So that was happening, and then so then the after party, and then they just stopped talking about games and talking about whatever, and I don't remember because then the after party was in Crown Casino, and then man, a long night. So that's GCAP. That was awesome. That was flipping amazing. Got to talk to all the event organisers and all that stuff.
Yep.
And so then Thursday, we're like, it's a day off. We'll relax, catch up, relax. So we skipped breakfast, went straight to the Eureka Tower.
Did we?
Yep.
We did?
Yep, we skipped breakfast. We're like, nah, we're going straight to the Eureka Tower because we were going to get on the way. And we went in that box that goes outside the...
actually, originally we were just going to go straight to the Shrine of Remembrance.
Oh, that's
but
right,
then we're like, oh, the Eureka Tower's like right here. We might as well freaking go.
So Leah really hates heights.
I freaking hate heights.
So like, besides staying next to the window to nothingness, do you want to go in the box? And I got to go in the box, and it does its thing, and she's like, oh.
I will not step on glass whatsoever because it freaks me out. Because I'm like, if this potentially cracks, I'm screwed. But it's like, I'm trying to stand on the metal the whole time because I'm like, I can't deal with this. I'm trying not to look down because I'm like, oh my god. And then the chick's like, yeah, just move your way to the back so we can get a photo. And I'm like, I don't want to move.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not moving. I'm holding onto this rail with both hands. And then like, okay, I'll bring you back now. She's like, thank God.
I was like, run to the door.
So that was awesome. Then we went to the Shrine of Remembrance, which was really nice and peaceful. That was a good experience.
My great-great-grandfather. That was good.
Walk in, it's very humble and they're very quiet.
Right?
And Leah asked the custodian and they found his name in the books because they're all around the area. That was really nice.
There's so many books.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names.
There's a lot of names. I know he's in there because I used to go there as a kid. Mum was like, yeah, grandpa's in this and whatever. And it's like, yep, cool. Go there and I'm like, yep, there he is. Felt excited, but it's so bad. But
and then we did that. That was awesome. Yeah. And then we grabbed a taxi because after that, and then went up to the museum. And so we went through the entire museum of Melbourne.
Almost went to IMAX.
Almost went to IMAX.
What's that next?
It's basically a really giant theatre.
So imagine a screen so large it's in your peripheral vision. And they still haven't brought that here, which is like...
There used to be one in Adelaide.
Yeah, I know.
It was in fucking Nova Gardens or something.
So they're airing the new Star Wars and James Bond film there real soon, and I'm actually considering flying there for a day, seeing the movie, and flying back.
I am so tempted.
We should do that. It's
Yes.
so dumb.
Yes.
They're literally so big that the fact that they have like at least 3 meters before they actually, or even more than that, before they start putting seats out there. Like it's just massive.
The seating is like a wall. It's like a sheer drop if you fall. So that was cool. Awesome. Go to the museum. And then
we went to the escape room.
oh yeah, so we're gonna go past Acme because we're like, I guess that's where we're gonna go, and like we're not gonna make it. I'm like, okay, fine, let's start walking back to the hotel, and I'm like, wait, what's that? Walk into this place upstairs, and they've got, do you know what a puzzle room is?
No.
Okay, so it was a phenomenon that started in the States where they lock you in a room, and it'll have a theme. And one we walked into, it was like Egyptian mummy stuff, and you have 45 minutes to defeat their puzzles and get out of the room. So they lock us in this room with torches. It's dark as hell, and we're figuring out these puzzles. And
we miserably failed by like you have 45 minutes to complete the task. We did like a minute, an hour 15.
Yeah, like she kept giving us more time. Like, there's more people.
Like,
in
yeah,
there.
there's no one coming for the room. We're all just happy to let you finish.
So you've
It's
lost,
like,
but just keep going. And she had to keep giving us hints. But mind you, we're like tired by this point because it's been a long ass day. And so we did that. That was awesome.
We got stuck on the second one because we're like, we don't understand. It's not making sense. And then we got help, and she's like, yeah, it's the second. We thought she said the second last one. The number was digit, and then like wrong, and then it would just happen to be the second one.
But it's like you need to do these two puzzles. They give you two, like it's like a combination lock on the side of it. You undo the locks, and then there's just an orb on either side of the room. Like what the hell? It's like you got to touch each other to touch both sides of the room. Like oh, and then it opens the next door. There's a secret door, and then there's more puzzles.
Awesome.
So that's a cool thing. And then, so Leah had to go off to Bendigo. Oh, you went off to Bendigo?
I went off to Bendigo to see my best friends. So that was good.
So this is the same day at 7 o'clock at night or whatever.
Mm-hmm. More travelling.
So I went back to the hotel and recorded a video, which will be up shortly when I get around to it. So that was Thursday. So then PAX starts. Okay.
Take it easy there, Chris.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot to process here in the next few days. I can't keep half of it straight.
Just main points.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through games, right? Let's just start off. PAX is awesome. PAX is always friendly. It was bigger than last year. They had more people. Riot wasn't there, but they filled it with an ESL stadium, which was cool. What else was there? That was just like main points. It's a lot more of last year, but the indie area was twice as big. PlayStation was there.
PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo
was there. Ubisoft was a little bit there.
I'm surprised Nintendo was there.
Nintendo actually had...
There's a lot of games. I'll explain in about 10 seconds. So
Awesome.
Let me go through the AAA stuff. How's that sound? Ready? Okay, I played Dark Souls 3. Ask me anything. Dragons.
Do they look good?
They do look good.
How does the control feel?
Okay, so the build I had was a bit laggy.
Okay.
But when I looked at the floor, it stopped the frame rate from dropping because that build is from that one's from GDC. I can tell right now.
Right.
It's fine. Like you want the build next year, that's a good one. But beside that, it feels fine. It's
when you run, does it feel like running in old World of Warcraft?
Like instant kind of.
Like you actually walking instead of gliding across the ground.
Yeah. It's got that step, but it's not. It's a lot of Dark Souls 1. I've played a little bit of that. Right. Oh, actually, close to the Demon. This looks really Demon Souls.
Okay.
They've kind of gone back to that aesthetic. For what I did see of the dragon, the dragon was so big, I didn't see all of it. I saw portions. So yeah, Tyrone has the biggest grin on his face right now.
Those are good dragons.
But the lighting looks cool, and I talked to a couple people there because obviously I'm not the Dark Souls guy here, and they're like, beside the technical aspects of it, it sounds nice, it looks very nice. It's more of that.
That's another really big thing because the audio in them has always been really nice. That's gonna matter.
What do you say? People basically said it's more Dark Souls 1 because people were a bit iffy on Dark Souls 2. So I mean reasons, but and my first death ended with. So there was like medium grunts, heavy grunts, and a dragon.
Yep.
I killed off 2 medium grunts, then simultaneously got hit by 3 swords from heavy grunts. Oh, I think one was a battle axe, and then caught fire by a dragon, which I didn't see. So I know it was there. So, and then I put it down and walked away.
Okay,
I think that's a good time to call.
Next game, Just Cause 3. I played Just Cause 3. Oh my god! Yes! Oh! That game's good.
Compare it to 2.
So you know in 2 when you pull out the parachute and he like kind of just like pulls it out and he like flips and round in position and pulls it. Now, if you do it off of a car, so I was riding a car.
Yeah.
And I pulled the parachute. He jumps up, does a backflip in midair, and pulls the parachute. So I've had that little extra flourish. So I was out in the middle of the countryside. You know the thing where you pulled yourself across the ground with your grapple and your thing? I swung into the city. I grappled 2 cars together and smashed them into each other. Then I sort of flew into the base while shooting 2 pistols. Shot guys, then pulled out my machine gun and blew up all the canisters. The explosions were really nice and sound amazing. Then I called my own reinforcements, which was even cooler because they were all distracted with them while I was on the top shooting guys with my pistols and then meleeing them off. And then I jumped down on top of them, still didn't die, and then shot them all in the face. Great game!
Next game.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta think for a second. So we saw Tomb Raider.
We did see Tomb Raider, but
The
the line was crazy long.
It looks slightly nicer. It's more of that. There's, from what I could see,
we
when I was
did watch
playing
a little bit of it.
Tomb. It's more of that. Awesome.
Her hair's not so
They
flipping
fixed.
out.
They fixed her hair. The hair looks really nice now, so it's cool. Bring over those stress effects.
To me, it looks like the first one, but maybe slightly better.
Forza 6 came out this year, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, Forza 6 looks nice. Shocker.
Good fine,
And Halo looks nice, but shocker. I didn't get to play this game because the lines are massive.
I'm really tossing up between getting these capture cards or a fucking Xbox.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go booth by booth now at this point in time.
Yep.
So I played Cuphead on the
Yep.
Xbox booth. Fucking evil game. So there's a bird. It's shooting eggs at you, like Yoshi, like reverse Yoshi style,
Okay.
right? So you're like, okay, I'll dodge the egg. Then the egg explodes into 3 pieces, right? One directly backwards and then like on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
So when you go to dodge it on the way through, it comes back and hits you on the way back. That's just an example of how deep it goes, but it looks pretty and it's cool.
Yep.
We played, let's see, Lovers in a Space Adventure Space Time for a little bit. That's cool. That's been out for a while. We played Super Hot. That was on the floor. Super Hot. I suck at that game, but God, it's pretty.
Did it control well?
In my opinion, slightly no.
Okay.
But that game is so early in development. I'm
Yeah.
not going to call that. It's early days. I'm probably not used to it because it's
Does
on
it look
Xbox.
visually nice?
Oh God, they've cleaned it up. Like that demo that's been floating around the internet forever is a great example of how it is. But then you go, okay, and they chuck a decent budget behind it. You're like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
They shatter when they hit the ground.
Yep.
What else did we play?
Screen sheet.
We played Screen Sheet. Oh, okay. So we've all played Screen Sheet.
Yeah.
So Screen Sheet's coming to console soon.
Not on console.
No, it was coming. They put on PC first to refine it. They're putting more weapons, more levels and stuff like that. We've been watching that for a while.
I
Awesome.
always thought it was on console this whole time.
No. So they've been cleaning up the menus a bit. So we ducked into the PlayStation booth, and Leah and I were playing 2 of the developers, which was great because I walked in, they got slammed, they came back and won,
Awesome.
and then Leah came back and won. So,
Yeah.
I cleaned up the mess.
and then they're like, it's like, yeah, the players always seem to get us after a while, but they, like one guy was doing the rocking horse, was running back and forth, and just running back and forth on random hits.
Yep.
So that was great. We played. We both played. Oh no, you didn't play, did you?
Play what?
What Remains of Edith Finch.
No.
So from what I can tell, did you play Unfinished Swan? No, that's a great visual aesthetic game from Santa Monica, Sony Santa Monica. So this is the next game. He plays at one point he plays a cat climbing a tree to get a mother bird. It's a cool aesthetic. And then you're a falcon flying over this like snowy field, and you're like, I need rabbits, and you're like, okay, dive in, and then you see your talons come out, and you just grab it and eat it whole. It's really cool and really satisfying. So they're great games, and
I remember watching that now.
yeah, it's really cool.
No, I didn't get to play though.
So,
You have reminded me of a new game that is coming out soon. It has something to do with shamans.
okay,
And
Next
the big
week.
snake lady.
the new Ratchet and Clank was there. It's a lot like the first one, but a lot more prettier, more of that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to see. I saw a little bit of Unraveled. I didn't get to play it because the line was massive. That guy was at GCAP as well. He gave the ending keynote speech. Very heartfelt, very honest, very cool guy. I won't tell that story here. I'll tell it another time. Okay, I'm still going. There's a lot of booths, so give me a second. We went into the Nintendo booth, and I've played Mighty Number 9 for 5 minutes.
Is it any good?
Yeah. So it doesn't feel like Mega Man, but it's similar. I guess you don't want it to be that Mega Man. You know how Mega Man is like platforming is tight,
Yeah.
right? In its own way. This is we didn't get to play much platforming, but it was like more on the combat for the moment. The level wasn't very platform heavy, I guess.
Fair enough.
And I got to a boss level, and it was... The visuals are really interesting. Like, you shoot guys, and they get all pixelated, and it looks really... Like, it matches that world, but it's still kind of weird and different. So, I talked to a couple people, and they're like, it's... Because they're all Mega Man fans, and like, it's something else.
Was there a game called Wild?
Wild?
Yeah.
Was it on a main booth or an indie booth?
PlayStation 4.
I didn't get... was it side-scrolling kind of dark? Okay.
It's open world. This guy's trying to reach some secret site.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Just thought I'd ask.
So the Morpheus was there, and the line was huge, and I didn't have a media pass, so I couldn't skip through. So that's coming out next year, and I'll give everyone when I buy it. So the Vibe was on the floor too, and that had a long-ass line too. So, but it looked pretty from what people were doing with it. There was some cool stuff in that engine.
Okay.
That was in the Cool Master booth, which was really weird.
Right.
So you know the World of Tanks and World of Warships guys?
Yeah.
They have, was it that spaceship one coming out, or it's already out, or whatever?
I know the one you're talking about, but I've forgotten its name.
Masters of Orion or something.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, I know. That looked really cool.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that before, so that was there. Booth. Alright, so Nintendo. So there's a new Wipeout-esque game coming out through Nintendo called Fast Racing. I know.
That's its name?
That's its name. But it was at E3, and I was kind of excited. I love Wipeout, right?
Yeah.
So this is... It doesn't feel like Wipeout, but it has cool aesthetics like it, but they've taken it a step further with, like, good, like, sun flare, glare, and all those wonderful things. And that's cool. And that was on the Wii U. I was like, oh, that's cool. You played Skylanders on the 3DS. You didn't like that too much, did you?
No, it was actually alright. It just took me a while to figure out the controls because it didn't tell me.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's...
Were there any new Mario or any related games?
No, but they had Super Mario Maker on the floor, and those lines were long, which was good to see.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff came out of that. I think that's all the big booths.
Okay.
Beside, they had Rocket League on the ESL booth, and I got really excited there.
And we played that right before we got kicked
they're like,
out
get
the
out!
last
And
day.
we're like, no! we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so, indie booth. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, besides playing the games, what else did you do? But
was the food still expensive as shit?
The food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept going elsewhere. They've built that new place across the road, so...
Before we move on to that, finish what you were going to do with the indie games.
Okay, so...